Hello, everyone. Welcome back to House of Refuge, SDA House of Refuge. It's been a minute since I've been on, but life takes its toll. So this is where I'm at on the homestead, doing that country living thing in Jamaica. So not much have changed since the last time I um, videoed. So just trying to give you an update of where I am after Hurricane Melissa came by. She took about 7 fruit trees with her when she left that I've worked diligently in planting and get going, and now they're gone. But that's part of life. So, so this is where I am at. If you see over all the way far, the compass bin that I had a zinc top on it prior to Hurricane Melissa. That's no longer there. That the rooftop came down. The Harbor Freight 10 by 12 greenhouse that I spent so much on putting it up and put up benches in there and getting it ready to start putting plants in there. And that's what it looks like after Melissa. Most of my parts found its way down into the water below and even across the yard, the panels just blew. So that's a total loss right there. But that's just something new. Check out my cucumber and tomato trellis that I put up. So far, I think it's cool. Still needs some work. It still needs some work, but I have cucumbers growing on it so far. I had some tomatoes that was coming up prior Melissa, but after the storm, the cucumbers died out. So the beds are basically resting now. I just put some sawdust over to help keep it mulch and keep the weed down until I'm able to get some seedlings into it. So right now I have some cucumbers over there that are coming up. I have some Jamaican green spinach coming and broadleaf cabbage over there coming up, and a lot of um, I have thyme, a little bit of scallion, Cuban thyme, and some sweet peppers over there. But that's about all that I have in the garden right now. I'm putting some seeds into the pots and pray by God's grace they'll germinate so I can have some stuff to put into the beds as soon as possible so I can get some food because price in the market is really expensive. Um, since Melissa, everything is just up. One Scotch bonnet pepper, they might charge you $100 for one dege pepper, $100. So prices are just crazy right now. So it's best that people try to go back to. I know here in St. Elizabeth, the breadbasket of Jamaica, people are not farmers are not wasting any time going right back at it and putting things in the ground. So praise God for that. So, since the last time I was on, I planted about 50, not about, I planted exactly 50 citrus plants, lemon, lime, and different variety of oranges down in that patch down there below. And if you see that, I have some pumpkin patch running, pumpkin vines running as well. So that's going to be my citrus area right there that is cleaned out. Um, yep, so that's well, I don't think you can see it from this angle, but they're down there. 50 of them, little orange trees and lime and lemon trees. That's my little desert patch right there, coming along nicely. I did get one, what is that fruit called again? Dragon fruit. I did get one dragon fruit from it, but my little helper Clifton thought it was weed and cut it down. So by God's grace, I can get some more coming up of those poles that you see down in the desert patch. Those are dragon fruit that are going to be growing go up. But that's a trellis for the dragon fruit. Okay. So going across the driveway, And Starlink held up during the storm, didn't move. So I had Wi-Fi throughout Melissa, the solar panels. Hubby decided he's not going to take them down, so we left them there, and by God's grace, they stayed put, and as well as the hot water tank. So I believe the um, the wall around the solar panel, it's what I help that helps. I believe that what helps break the wind from getting underneath the panel and lifting it. So if you're putting up solar panels, I would highly recommend you put up some parameter walls around it as additional support, additional help. So going across the roof on this side of the roof, I have mulberry coming up, and there's a lot of mulberry going on right now. Beside the mulberry was a sour orange tree, which is like it's dying. So I planted a dragon fruit on it. So that will be the trellis for the dragon fruit. Over is the grapevine, and another grapevine there, but it's struggling. And my this is where I had my strawberry. Those four gutter system you see down there, that's where I planted strawberries. So that was intention supposed to be inside of the greenhouse. Since there's no more greenhouse, I transplanted or put it out here. So that's the strawberry. So I'm going to go downstairs. So we have 16 solar panels total on the roof to give us energy. And the river, I am so glad. I mean, in all things, because the Bible said give thanks, because now this is my second time. We had Burr last year, but the river did not come up as high as it did with Melissa. So if you see that fallen tree down there, Melissa came, all that tree right there was covered with water. I could not tell where the boundaries were. All of that water came all the way up, almost like it was coming up to those steps. That's how far the water came up and took over his boundaries. Yes, that was something else. So all the banana and plantain trees that I planted down on the river edge, all of that were swimming in water. So I lost a lot of my banana plants during the storm. So I lost some cassava as well, and I'm replanting banana again, but up further up and not lower down to the river because bananas I was told like water, hence I moved them down to the riverside, but not um, close as before. I moved them, transplanted a few of them up closer to the house wall. So this is another view of the raised bed garden. The raised bed garden is coming up. I just need to get it painted and I need to get some food in it. Um, yeah, so that's it. All right, today I am trying to plant up corn um, on the property. This is after Melissa Hurricane 5 storm. I'm down by the river. I had banana trees and plantain trees planted up in this area, but Melissa came back and she took her boundaries. So imagine this is the river right here, right, people? The water came literally all the way up to this bank, all the way up to where Clifton is standing. That's how far up the river came up. This tree right here was covered with water. This is a tree I dropped several months ago, covered with water all the way up. That palm tree was the only tree that I could see from the top. Everything else was water down here. Now that the water have receded, I'm trying to clean off the steps because the steps have sand and muds and everything on it from the water being on there. So Gracie Clifton is climbing up right now, all the way up to that point where he's at right now is where the water actually came up on the homestead. So initially my thought was to do a pergola down here or a gazebo right off here so I can have lunch by the river. But seeing Melissa came and showed me otherwise that that's not feasible. cannot plant anything long term down on the riverbank because a hurricane come. This is what's going to happen. So now I've decided to plant some corn down here. So these are corn holes that we have dug, and these are the surviving babies that are coming back from the banana trees that Melissa killed. So now I know I can't plant anything down this area. So looking up on this hill, this is my banana planting hill mount. I have some cassava on the top that I'm eventually going to transplant across the other side of the staircase, the steps rather. I'm plant cassava here. So this section of the property will be banana, plantain, and cane. So I have to continue cleaning off this area right here because the more you clean it, the more weed come up. So it's a constant work um, on the homestead. I'm not going to tell you country living is easy because it's not. Coming from a desk person, a person that works around a desk in the finance capacity, I know I am working on the farm. I am not a farmer and I do not have a green thumb, whatever that means. All I know is that whatever I plant don't grow. Um, so far on the homestead. Could be there's a lot of ants. Um, there's a lot of ants in the raised bed. So once the seeds are planted, the ants are coming in and they're eating up the seed. So the seed doesn't have an opportunity to germinate and comes to fruition. But I put a lot of funds into getting seed, heirloom um, seeds, so I can have season safe seeds for the next planting season. But for right now, it's not happening. Nothing I've planted so far. So some of these corns I planted are heirlooms. Some of them I got from a local farmer, Rastaman. See my plant up in corn last year, and he said, give me some seed." I mean, Jamaican people can be very, very um, kind, and most of them are, I believe, are kind. It's just the one and two bad one. So this this is not this is one of the brand that I planted, superseed.com. So this is one of them that I planted. I'm not sure how I gonna come, but this is what I planted. This is heirloom. This is one of them. Another one is supply garden farms. This is trueleafmarket.com, or what is it? Rare seeds. So far all of those seeds that I planted, nothing come about. So I'm not no food for them. So continuing on the tour after Melissa, right here, I'm having a pave off this area right here. Too much work. I'm trying to minimize work as much as possible and put up a little flower bed right where these walls are run. That's going to be a flower bed overlooking. So this room right here, my guests are here. They can overlook the river and flowers right there. So we're going to pave this area and put up a flower bed here. So that's what's going on here. Materials drop. This is my outdoor shower right here. So continuing on the tour. The house is still under construction. My husband is working on the interior aspect of the house. I mainly work on the outside of the house. So I'll give you another view of where we're working today, where Clifton is right now weeding out. This is where we are putting in corn today. Sun is hot. So so yeah, I do have raised bed, but not in there. No food, no there. So the soil here is very much depleted. We cut down a guango tree here on the property to use for shelving inside. So I use the shaving from the guango to lay their bed. So this bed is moist. So I need to get a wood chipper. So all of this down tree from Melissa, we can chip it up and to make wood chip and to use it in the orchard and in the raised bed. So right now, nothing much going on in the raised bed because all the seeds, I have seedlings here that I planted going on 2 weeks now. Don't see much coming up. This is peanut, local peanut that I have here coming up, and about a seedling in the on the road, and it's producing sweet pepper. So a couple peppers here coming up. Marigold looking good, and see the raised bed. Melissa decided she didn't like the raised bed. This is a Harbor Freight 12 by 12 greenhouse. Never get an opportunity to plant anything in it. So it's like so much waste, but there's too much past. So yeah, I have to take down the structure and figure out something else in terms of a greenhouse. So this is the greenhouse after Melissa came by and took it down. So this panel right here is my trellis for my tomato cucumber. I just threw some corn seed in it just to have a place because I didn't have any seedlings coming up. So I do have a couple cucumber on the vine coming in, and it tastes pretty good. Just threw some corn here, but they're not looking healthy at all. So, so this is my trellis system that I have, and I just threw strings across it because the things I bought to use on Amazon, um, I didn't do too much homework, so I needed help with it. So I'm just improvising right now. As so on this far back, I have this is an anato plant. It's coming in. Over there is my compost bin. Melissa took down the roof. A tree fell on it, so the roof came down. So I decided just to leave it down for the. I don't know if I'm going to put it back up because it gets hot with the roof and not enough moisture to break down the stuff. So I'm leaving it open so we can get air, and some when it rains, it will wet it. So I don't have to drag the hose over there to water it down. Um, these okra was in my raised bed. So these okra was in the raised bed. Melissa came and blew them over, so I transplanted them out here on the ground, and they are doing good. Okra is on the plant. Look how beautiful this flower is, people. Look how beautiful that is.